You're going to be Godzilla next. Hi, this is Lori,
This is Peter.
and we're with Action Heroes LA with another review, this time of
Godzilla.
Godzilla.
Minus One.
I wish I could pronounce it like they did. Can't do it. Can't quite. Godzilla Minus One. Godzilla Minus One is from 2023. It came out last year.
Yes.
And I had been hearing a lot of buzz about this movie.
Yes.
People saying it's fantastic.
Yes.
It's yeah, but by the time I was like, I gotta find this movie. I keep hearing about it. Mm-hmm. Where is it playing? It
Right.
wasn't in any theaters anywhere.
No.
It was gone. It wasn't on any streaming platform anywhere.
Well,
it wasn't available for rental.
Yes.
And I was like, what is going on with this movie? And as it turns out, they had to pull it from the theaters because there was a contractual thing that this movie is a Japanese produced movie.
Right.
There was a Hollywood Godzilla coming out, and there was a contractual thing, intellectual property, that you couldn't have two Godzilla movies in theaters at the same time. So when the Hollywood movie was ready to be launched, they had to pull this one out, and they couldn't, licensing and all that, they couldn't release it until the
Right.
other one had done its theatrical run.
Right.
So we had to wait for that crap to get out of theaters to kind of finally see something good. No, I don't know. I haven't really watched any Godzilla movies that have come out.
Well,
Let me fix my crooked camera here. Me and Jen. You okay, Jen?
to age myself,
Yes.
I
There.
like and really love the very first Godzilla movie.
Yeah, okay.
And it was actually with Raymond Burr in it.
Okay, yeah.
But that was actually the American release of it, because in the actual first Godzilla movie, he was actually not in it. They cut and spliced him in
That's
to the real Godzilla movie.
That sounds about Hollywood. That's like, we gotta have an American white dude to relate, so our audiences will relate to this. You know?
Yeah.
We've got this great monster movie, but it's not. There's no white people in it, so we
Yes.
gotta do something about that. So yeah, my experience Godzilla is just watching it, all those old dub movies on TV, and loving them as a kid,
Right.
and not really. So they kind of they're all of a blur to me. I'm sure I've seen the first one, but I don't recall it specifically.
Right.
It's like Son of Godzilla, Godzilla versus Mothra, Godzilla
Yes.
versus, all that. Just fun times in childhood.
That's
enjoying
just the
those films.
thing. Past the first one, and then I did like Son of Godzilla.
Okay.
But pretty much everyone after that, I was just like, oh, no.
Oh, I just, they were just stuff we watched as a kid and all that
Yeah.
cheesy, bad stuff that you probably wouldn't be. So I have not been interested in watching any of the
Right.
recent Godzillas. I may have seen one, but I'm drawing a blank on whether I have or not, so that's how memorable it was. But yeah, it's like, okay, I got to check this out. This is getting a lot of buzz. It won an Oscar, I believe, for visual effects.
Well,
Which,
I tell you, when I heard this one was coming out, I was like, I don't care.
yeah,
I don't
okay.
care about Godzilla movies.
Usually that's how I feel.
Yeah. But when it started getting the buzz and there was more details coming out, I wanted to see this movie.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
And then it was out of theater.
Yeah, and then it was
Gone.
gone. Yeah, I heard it was a throwback to the original
Yeah.
movie, Japanese movie. So,
Yeah.
it became available for streaming this weekend, and I it might have been because it was the rental was not that expensive, so it may have been out for a few weeks now, and I
Okay.
just realized, oh my God, Godzilla Minus One is finally available.
Yes.
We got to watch this. So, your thoughts? Godzilla Minus One.
Godzilla Minus One was so good.
Okay.
I love this movie.
Oh, wow.
There was only one thing I didn't like, and
Okay.
that was the spikes on Godzilla's back.
Okay, you did mention this the other night.
But past that, it was a love story.
Yeah.
It was like the original with Raymond Burr.
With Raymond Burr.
Had it not had Raymond Burr,
They didn't have Raymond Burr in it.
and it was 2 to 3 times as good as the original.
Oh, yeah. This was a really well-made movie. I just
Really
love the
was.
look of it. I love the special effects in it. I love that the majority, because like monster movies, they always have the action scenes at nighttime, and
Yes.
most of these were in the daytime. There's a lot of Jaws that reminded me. When anything reminds me of Jaws, I'm happy. And like I said, the story. And I will honestly, I was tired. I fell asleep a few times. I have to see this again because it's a slow movie. It builds its story. It builds its characters. And
But I think that is one of the really great things about it. Okay, now look, Godzilla movie. Keep telling yourself Godzilla movie. It's a Godzilla movie in a love story. It is.
I mean,
It's
it's a love
Godzilla
story,
is
but not
happening.
in the sense of like the typical romance. It's not.
It's not.
It's not Hollywood romance. Let's
It's
not
not.
get.
You've got mail,
No, it's not. It is not. It is not any kind of
No.
like.
but it
is-
It's a really good story told
Yeah.
with what's
It's-
happening with Godzilla. Even when Godzilla was small, and it's like this, and then this happened. Man, it really gets you.
You just really,
It's a really
so
good
like I said, this movie it's slow. It takes its time to tell a story, but unfortunately, I wasn't in the best energetic frame to like really kind of appreciate that because I kept dozing off. I've had a rough, busy few weeks. And a busy weekend just trying to take care of stuff at home. So I was exhausted. I crashed today, actually, too. But, so I kept dozing off. I didn't want to doze off, but, because the slower moments were a little hard for me to stay engaged. I'd like to see it again because it's one of those where those slower moments pay off at the end of the film. And this takes place, World War II is ending.
Yes.
Our main guy
Yes.
he is a kamikaze pilot who
Yes.
does not follow through on his mission,
Right.
and so then he fails again when Godzilla shows up
Well, yeah.
to this island where he's landed on
Because he has so many chances
to
redeem himself, to be at that moment and save it. It's
and
like,
he's scared, but
Yes.
I mean, realistically, I can't blame a brother. But
yeah.
But it's and this is you can tell this movie. It's like for me, like Godzilla is the psychological representation of his fear and his disappointment in himself. For not following through. It's the and the horror of all the lives that are lost because he's not able to act.
Right.
He's too scared to act. He doesn't have the courage.
Yes.
And the story is about him, and he's trying to stay detached from, people. That he ends up this girl. He ends up taking this girl who has a baby. It's not her baby. It was, it's everything's been wiped up.
It is her baby.
No, it isn't. It wasn't her baby.
No, it's not her baby. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Everything is Japan, World War II. Everything's just trashed, demolished,
Yes.
destroyed because of the war. And so people are, just trying to survive. So, families are wiped out. And these are the only survivors. And so this girl who survived, her family gets annihilated. She finds a baby whose family gets annihilated.
Yes.
And he takes them in. They kind of just, he ends up taking them in and they help each other out. And they stay together for years. But he will not form an emotional attachment to her or the child, because he's so traumatized by the war and his failure to kill himself and for the duty of Japan, for the honor and duty of Japan. So there's this, for me, that's what, and so it's kind of like every time he fails, like Godzilla, it gets bigger and worse because, that's his, to me, that's his fear. That's his.
And it kills more people.
Right.
Which becomes.
It's the big monster on his back.
It is.
Literally.
It really is.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I love that, and that's probably, I wonder, that's how the original movie, it's more along the lines of the original movie, I'm guessing.
I think that is what, especially if you were to ever go and watch the original movie, you would see that the actors that they put in here look a lot like each other. And
be careful how you say that now.
Yes.
No, don't say that. Don't.
I'm not.
Oh, no, but you said, oh, she looks like the actress that was in. You're not saying, like, I can't tell her from the other actress who's.
Yes.
But, yeah, this was a really just really well done movie.
It's really was.
Really just.
Because in the original, and you can pretty much put him in the same spot where the actor has to go down in the original movie and be a deep sea diver to get rid of Godzilla.
Okay.
Whereas in this movie he is a pilot.
Yeah.
And it is a tremendous
the buzz on this movie was well earned. It's I really love that. Like I said, I go for the psychological angle. Like he has to learn, and there's a line and stuff, like he's guilty for still being alive, and all these people around him are dying because he fails to act. And the girl he's living with, just like, it was like, we're all, we survived for a reason. It was like, I was standing where my family was wiped out and they told me to live. And he has to learn that. That's kind of his lesson.
Well, see, that.
And he has to find something to live for.
Yes. And that's the thing that really showed up at the end.
Right.
Is when the guy finally said, I got my strength, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm going to kamikaze this.
Right.
And then...
Spoiler.
Then one of the actors says to him...
Yeah.
We want you to do this. But you got to live.
You have to live, yeah. Because there's the people... that now there's the little girl that's left, who's already been, she's lost her real parents. She's lost some other people, and they're like, do not make this girl an orphan again.
Yes. And it seems like...
So he has to learn that.
The way he told him, although he didn't say it in words, you could feel it. That, yes, you have to live for this little girl. We need you to live for that. But we need you because we love you. And it's like... Wow.
Yeah. So he has something to fight for. He has something, to get up and have the courage to protect his people. And so there's kind of that nationalistic thing too, because that's what his initial job was, to protect his people. And they imply maybe we would have won if you would have, we wouldn't have lost all these lives if you would have done, what you were supposed to do in the first place. But I like that. The thing was for him to live, though.
Yes.
And I'm not going to get into how it ends.
Yes. I was just going...
No spoilers.
Oh, we shouldn't tell that part.
No, we're going to... But just a well-executed movie. I love that it was kind of a simple, straightforward story told... straightforward, a straight line narrative that we don't get much of anymore.
Yes, it was subtitled, a very good movie.
Yeah, it's a really good movie. Definitely worth the praise. And it is subtitled. It is totally in Japanese. In fact, I had to switch on the subtitles to even get the English subtitles on there. But it's just really impressive. And considering all the money, the $250 million they spend on Hollywood movies now, like some of the superhero stuff, and it didn't look nearly half as good as this does.
Right.
Right. And I'm glad this movie. I think the visual effects. I think it won some visual effects Oscar. It was up against The Creator, which also was a lower budget movie, which had excellent special effects. This is a way better movie. It's a better story. This was
it's
much
such
more
a good story.
Yeah. So, any final thoughts on Godzilla Minus One? I wonder what they mean by minus one.
I don't know.
If you know what they mean by minus one, it's probably something like really simple, and like really obvious, and it just like not dawning on us. I feel like I'm
minus Hollywood.
Minus one, yeah. Do that more often.
Yes.
Anyway, so it's available to rent right now. I recommend checking it out. If you've seen it, let us know what you think. I have not heard a bad opinion about this movie yet. The only thing I can say, it's a little slow, and I have to go try it again to see if I don't fall asleep, because I don't know. If it's a Dune really situation for me, which is, I know they're great movies and it's very interesting story, characters of design, everything, I cannot stay awake. But anyway, so watch it. Godzilla Minus One. We out.
We out.
We out.